peach vodka. Actually, you know what? I'm here to make bad
Ooh,
decisions.
let's choose. Vanika, you got your drink? Do you
I
drink?
got my. I do drink, but I'm being sober tonight because I got to get up for a 6 a.m. flight. So I
Ooh,
It's on
can't.
the airplane, girl. You can get up. You can drink. It's okay.
a 6 a.m. flight?
Yeah,
Where are you going?
New York just for the day.
Yeah, a baller out
So
in New
Where
York.
are you at? Where are you flying from?
Minnesota
Oh, Minnesota. So you're Central Time or Mountain Time?
Central.
Central. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I hear the
Mhm.
clanging of ice. Didi, you.
That wasn't ISO's black.
Oh.
Yeah. I have a plastic bottle, so that's why it sounds all
Oh.
clinkety clinky. Hey, I got a good Arizona, half and half. Yeah.
You got your
Where's
arm.
Donald? Oh, I see the live situation. Producer, are we ready?
Did he leave?
Well, it says live now, and it didn't before. So he should be around somewhere.
Oh, good. His mic is on mute,
That sound. Listen, I don't want to start if we're not ready.
and so is Jade's. Where'd she go?
You still hear me?
Yeah, we
Yes, I
can
hear
hear you
you
now.
now.
Well, you should have been able to hear me through my regular microphone, but okay. Um, Miss B, I'm gonna watch the Mae Young Classic. So before you go tonight, I need your shirt size for your Tony Storm shirt for Christmas.
Sir, if you buy me a
Oh.
Tony's, I mean, I need something to like wipe down my furniture with, so you can just get me whatever size you want to get me. In Tony's store. She's so trash.
I
Okay.
Can't
love how
stand
you
her.
hate everybody. It's great.
I
All
don't
right.
hate everybody. I just hate her. She's so bad. Okay, go ahead, Don. I'll
All
be
right.
here all
So
night.
Miss Didi,
Yes.
in
Wait. Episode 208, fourth
208,
anniversary?
fourth anniversary. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So once you see my microphone go on mute, start.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. In three, two, one.
Hello. You are listening to the WrassleCast, episode 208, the fourth anniversary. I am your host, Dee Dee Janae, and I am joined by Jade. Say hi, Jade.
Hi, Jade.
And I also have What's Sleep though with me. Say hi.
Hi.
Okay, now I don't want to presume. Do you want people to know your real name?
You could say V.
V.
V's good.
Okay. So it's
Yeah.
me, it's D, V, and Jade.
Always
All
gonna
right.
be sweet though to me. Like
All right, so like I said before, this is the fourth anniversary of the WrassleCast, and the boys have left the building. They have given over the keys. They never learn.
Uh-oh.
Mm-mm-mm. But they were nice enough to do this because coming up, what, this weekend is Evolution, the all women's card. So it's only right that we have an all women's WrassleCast.
when is evolution?
Sunday?
Sunday.
Mm.
The 28th on Sunday.
The
Okay.
28th of October. I'll be in Germany, so I will probably not be watching, but my heart's there. I'll watch when I get back, maybe. So we'll do a very truncated version of who you got, just so we can get to brass tacks of the important things that have happened this week. Um, one of the one of the matches on the card for Evolution is a battle royal. I know you don't know who's in it. Oh, see,
But
I know.
thanks to Don,
But
now I
thanks to
do.
Don, our perfect producer, we do know those who have been announced. I'm sure there will be additions, but for right now, we have Tamina Snuka, Billy Kay, Peyton Royce, Ember Moon, Alicia Fox, Nia Jax, Dana Brooke, Asuka, Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, Carmella, Lana, Naomi, Tori Wilson, Michelle McCool, Medusa, Molly Holly, Ivory, Kelly, and Maria Kanellis. I guess she's back off maternity leave.
Why the hell is she
And
even in that? Like, but
I mean,
Selena Vega's in it too.
okay, and then we have a Selena Vega. So the
Yeah.
winner of this match will get a women's title match, I guess, of whatever their respective brand is. So with that said, ladies, who you got?
I know who I don't got. It ain't
That
gonna be
ain't.
nobody from the Attitude Era that's gonna
Yep,
win this
not one of them.
Y'all gonna be
No.
shook
match.
when Molly Holly gets the win.
You know what though? Kelly
Sure.
is trying to come back and wrestle. So
She is, yeah.
so I would be really pissed, but I know who it should be.
Uh huh.
Because Naomi didn't get her title shot from the first time she won this damn thing.
Facts.
So she should win it again so she can actually get her title shot because that's some bullshit. She said she didn't get the trophy. They didn't send her the uterus trophy and she didn't get her title shot. So I
She
would
didn't
like
even
her
get
to
the
win it.
uterus trophy.
No, she didn't get
That's
either
fucked
one of
up.
them. The title shot or the
That's
trophy.
messed up.
It is.
They
So
could have
I mean
gave
I
her a
know
plaque or something. Like they didn't have to.
something like
Mm.
I don't know. So I know she won't win it again, but um, I don't
Well,
even
I
know
mean,
who.
there are different ways to play the game. I don't always play based on who I think will win. If I did
Yeah,
that, I would have won more often.
yeah.
So how do
I
you
I
mean,
think
want
the
it's
me to
only
gonna be.
play?
I think it's gonna be Nia Jax because she's back.
that's who I was gonna put.
She's got
Yeah,
momentum. People love her, and now, especially now that Roman Reigns, like that's her cousin, so
That's
it's
her
like,
yeah.
oh,
cousin.
we gotta ride this wave. I think it's gonna be Nia Jax. That's who I got.
That's
Write
who
it
you
Yeah,
got,
down.
I could see
V.
that.
Write it down.
I do that later. That's who
I
you
mean,
got, V.
I mean, Naomi is kind of Roman Reigns' cousin too by marriage.
Cousin by marriage, yeah. And Tamina's a
So,
cousin by osmosis. Yeah.
Y'all know
yeah. So
Tamina ain't smelling a championship ever in life. Let's be real now.
Don't do her like
she,
that.
yeah, but you know what would be really dope? Like if they were smart and had introduced a tag title,
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe they'll
Tamina and yeah,
soon.
Tamina and Nia Jax would be a dope ass like tag chit like
Oh,
team. Like
definitely.
they should that would be like they'd be unbeatable. But I don't know. WWE is not smart enough to actually introduce more belts for all these women they trying to get on television every night. But I don't know,
Don't
maybe
get me wrong.
Asuka.
Like I love Tamina. I like her, but I just know how Vince McMahon thinks, and
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
he just he loves his blondes.
He
You're
100%
right.
does. 100% does.
All right.
So
So you have Naya. Also, Jade has Naya. I'll be
yeah.
funny because I don't care. No, I was gonna say Billy Kay, but let's not. Let's not do that. I'll take Asuka.
Wait, can I change? I'm gonna go with Lana.
Lana. Okay, fair. Perfectly
Yeah.
fair.
I know
Next
she won't,
is
but I'm gonna go with her.
listen.
You
You
never know.
sometimes they shake you.
Yeah.
You put
Sometimes
the
you
strap on what's the little girl that moonwalks when she comes? Carmella.
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 Yeah,
Yeah.
She got one move.
and she
So
had it for months.
yeah.
Yep.
For months she had that title. So next is I don't know how to say her name. Io
I,
Shirai.
EO.
Io Shirai versus
Hmm.
Tony Storm, which is the 2018 Mae Young Classic Final. V, who you got?
I know one thing. If Tony Storm wins this match, I will be livid. She is trash. So it better be EO. She's the actual better wrestler in this.
Hmm.
And I know she doesn't speak English that well, so Vince might be against her, but it needs to be her. Tony Storm is still going to, like, even if she doesn't win, she's still going to be the headliner of NXT UK. She'll be all right. It needs to go to EO. I will be so mad if it's Tony Storm, but it probably will be. But I'm going to go with EO.
Okay, Jade.
I was gonna say EO because Tony Storm's all hype.
She
Oh,
is.
She has a cool name. That's I've seen her wrestle. I mean, she's
She's so
well,
basic.
mediocre at best.
I have to act
But
like
she's
Dawn
blonde.
since Dawn's not here. And since her last
Don't
name's
do it.
Storm, and I got braids in my hair and they're gray, I'm
No.
feeling a kinship. I'm so sorry. I'm
You
gonna
can
have to
power
go with
bomb
Tony
her.
Storm.
We can we can form the shield on this version and power bomb Tony Storm. It's okay.
This is
It's all
so
right.
funny. I have to see
It's
why she's
okay.
so awful. But right now, oh, she's
She's
British. I love British
she's
people though.
Australian.
Oh,
She's
never
not
mind.
British.
But I still
She's
have Tony
Australian.
Storm. It's not
Okay.
the same. It's not the same. Because Australia is where they took all the British trash.
Jesus.
And put them on that damn island and was like, good luck.
That's so messed up.
It's a damn island full of convicts
Right?
and shit.
to get canceled like Megan Kelly.
Oh Lord. Listen, if y'all
She's still
cancel me,
taking home $69 million
listen,
dollars.
if you cancel me and I can get 69 million out of it, please do.
Please
Please
do. I
damn
mean,
do.
you mean I don't gotta come back to work and you're still gonna pay me millions of
You're
dollars?
still going
I'm
to give me
all
all of
about
my
it.
earnings.
Gotta
Bye.
work
And then
for me.
Sure.
and then
I
she
can't
has
have
some random fucking weatherman friend talking about, I know my friend Megan. She's not racist. She doesn't deserve to get her money. She'll be fine.
Yeah, she'll be all right. She'll have another
She's
job
just
on Fox
fine.
soon.
she'll do an
And
She'll
she
have
exclusive
another
still
job.
has the money. She still
lawyer.
like it's one thing if your friend get fired and don't got the money, but your friend got fired and got the money, which means she didn't even have to do the work. She won.
Like the ultimate
Yep.
employment check.
Essentially, it's like the lottery. Like, what are we complaining
She
about
got to
right
be
now
racist
for?
and still get paid for it. Like she
Up
had
front,
the
didn't even have to
best
pay.
come up.
She don't even got
Yeah.
increments. It's like here,
Yeah. Here,
take
take it.
it,
Just go
take
away.
it. White people.
Crazy.
Sometimes y'all just don't even know what to complain about. Anyway,
Mm-mm.
To be oppressed so bad, but okay.
I swear. Next is the NXT Women's Championship match. Kyrie Sane or Sana versus Shayna Baszler. It has been brought to my attention that this is an Asian on Asian match. Come through diversity.
Yeah.
Um, I would ask y'all who y'all got. I know that I personally do not ever in life have Shayna Baszler
What you
until
call
she
it?
Yes.
get.
That ain't a bitch.
Well, I stopped doing that when she lost at Takeover. I was like, I call you, I call you Shayna now. It's fine. I don't feel no kind of way. Only time I will root for her is when we finally get around to Shayna versus Ronda. Until then,
And who
I'm
you gonna
team
root for in that case?
Shayna.
Shayna. Oh, okay.
See, I don't even think
I'm
we're gonna get Shayna versus Ronda anytime soon because they really want to do that four horsemen against four horsewomen thing.
well.
We'll get
Listen,
that before we get.
I've got nothing but time on my hands. As long as that happens eventually,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, Shayna is a heel through and through. And your bestie can be everybody's fave, but you're still a heel. It's
Yeah.
clear. It's obvious.
With a limited
Hmm
skill set as
Use a
well.
heel. Like, have you seen those
Very
eyebrows?
limited.
Those are the eyebrows of a heel. Like,
I
she's,
think that's why I
Does she
don't
have
like her.
eyebrows?
I promise.
Her entire face from
Yes,
like her eyebrows up, like that forehead,
it's
and then she
flat.
insists on
Yep.
wearing that tight ass ponytail slicked all the way back. I'm like, she looks like a cave woman, and
I
it
didn't know
I
she
like
had eyebrows.
I like yeah. There's I had to like double check to make sure I could actually see her eyebrows on her face because I'm like something about her forehead area just ain't right,
It's a
and I
long
think it's the
rectangle. That's
eyebrows.
why. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's that.
Eyebrows are the window to the soul. If you don't see your eyebrows, you don't see a soul.
Yep.
Petey, I have very thin eyebrows. What you trying to say?
I said what I said.
I'm sold.
Oh, listen, let me tell y'all my favorite insult. Are you
Is that what
ready?
you trying to say? Is that why I'm single? Is that what it is? Because I have
Oh
no
no,
soul.
you're single because you won't pick the people who want to pick you.
Why do
Maybe
we gotta pick the people who want
maybe
to pick us if they're
ugly.
trash?
They don't. Maybe
Listen,
ugly.
semantics, semantics. But listen, this is my favorite insult. Ready? So, like, you ever have a friend or a person who ain't quite your friend be like, "Oh, I look terrible today," and this is what you say: "You look like yourself."
Oh,
Boom.
that's terrible.
And they like, well, what you saying? Because it's like
What
it's
you
not
mean
really an
by
insult.
that?
Because it's not really an insult. I said you look like yourself, but
Yeah,
context. Yes, it's my favorite.
I've
But let's.
said that to somebody.
It's great, right? Back
I
in the
have no
Yeah,
draft. Who
soul.
you got? Kyrie
I have
versus Shayna.
I have.
I have. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have Kyrie saying because I don't because Shayna has a limited skill set. Not that that means anything to Vince McMahon, but this is Triple H's show. So, Kyrie.
Okay, and V.
I got Kyrie saying too, just because Shayna is terrible.
Yay!
But
Facts.
I do wonder if one of them's supposed to be getting called up soon.
They,
So that's
they know
why
we don't
I
need
think
her.
Shayna would go up before Kyrie. So Kyrie.
Yeah, I would say so. Especially if they do want to do that for something thing. They can't do it at NXT
Yeah,
because they can't have her Ronda go backwards. So
yeah.
they would have to go forward. All right, next is a tag match, but not for tag titles. No, no, for shenanigans.
No.
Trish Stratus and Lita versus Alexa Bliss, maybe because it's alleged
Yeah,
that she has a concussion,
yeah.
versus Mickey James.
A concussion from what? She don't
I
do nothing.
saw a video where Ronda Rousey
It one of
did
her
that
boots.
like
Tossed her
judo
across the
throw or
ring.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, she tossed
And
her across the ring.
it looked like she landed on her neck slash head type area. And they said that's been the
Ronda's
last time they
dangerous.
saw her. Yeah. Like I said, she needs to go train with Samoa Joe on how to do the things that she's doing but safely.
She should have went to NXT first. I'm sorry. I know people disagree with that, but I was like, I don't see why she couldn't go there to actually
Um,
Yeah.
train and learn and then
second,
come up.
Rebella. So her and Rhonda can train with Joe together because they are both dangerous in the ring.
Yeah.
Not according to Brian Danielson. He
Well, of course, he
says
said it
his
to save
wife
his
is
life.
not
I mean,
dangerous.
there are a lot of wrestlers who will be like, things happen, accidents happen. Sometimes accidents happen a lot in a row. Fair, but
You said a
when
lot in a row? No, none of
yeah, and it's
them.
like fair. Sometimes you're having a bad week, but
She
when
had a
you
bad.
have yeah, but it's like, but also when you have hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of work and good work, when you have bad work, people are more forgiving. When you don't have a lot of hours of work and your work is
Yeah.
shitty, it's a little different. And so I think the people defending her needs to be a little more honest about why it is. And it's not just because she's pretty, and it's not just because she's married to Daniel Bryan. No, it's because she does not have the hours put in. She just
Mhm.
Yeah.
doesn't. And I
She
and I
was never good before she went on maternity leave, and now
right,
it just makes me laugh that they're trying to put the Bellas up as like these great wrestlers and
right.
like
And it's
being so
like
dominant and so strong. And it's like they weren't good before they left,
right,
Well,
and
they
it's
did
like
the
now
same
they're not.
you can
thing
be
with AJ Lee.
popular without being good, and
Yeah.
you can be pushed without being an actual good wrestler, and you can be not a good wrestler and also not a dangerous wrestler.
They did the same thing with AJ Lee. Like they pushed her. People were like, oh, AJ. AJ was not good. Like
Lies,
she could not
lies.
sell a move to save her life. But people were always, oh, AJ. She was just popular. Like she was
AJ was
good.
good
I
because
loved
the people she
AJ.
was wrestling were terrible. Like, so
So
the
like
fact that
sliding
she could,
scale,
yeah,
gotcha.
so the fact that she could actually do a little bit, it made her look like she was some really, really great wrestler because she was wrestling trash. Like, they weren't, like, she was wrestling the divas until Paige came along and, they actually started doing a little bit better. And then that was when she decided to leave. So
She
I,
knew
I would be, I would
on her
love to see her
way
actually wrestle like Sasha.
Who AJ?
she would never because all
Yeah,
the girls that are out there
exactly.
are far more superior than her, which is why I think she left because she already knew. Oh, these hoes coming
Yeah,
in, they finna whoop my no.
yep,
Time to
yeah.
go.
All right, but
It's
did we get
funny because I feel like dudes like
ladies?
AJ Lee way more than we do. Sorry,
We're not
Yes,
gonna be here all night.
we are. I got a flight to catch. Let's go.
Trish Stratus and Lita, or Alexa and Mickey.
Trish and Lita because I feel like the WWE's got this women's champion tag team championship coming up soon. And they've been hinting at Trish and Lita sticking around for a while. So I'm gonna go. And Alexa's hurt, quote unquote. It's amazing how someone who never wrestles is always hurt.
Who?
Um,
Yeah,
you
Reed.
know, Reed. But Trish and Lita for me.
Okay, V.
same. Just for the nostalgia factor.
Same. And if we want to go on a tangent, I just did not appreciate how on Raw they tried to make it seem like Trish and Lita were of a totally different generation than Mickey James.
Yes, it's like you guys all come from the same era. You
She
all
was
were wrestling
like,
each other.
"We're the Attitude Era," and it's like, "Girl, I know she was there too."
Me too.
All there.
It's like you could have taken one of the other 50 women in the back and made. Well, I guess there must be a reason why they didn't just go with Foxy to so do young versus old. But that's neither here nor there. I don't actually care that much. Anyway, another tag match. This time a 3-on-3. Natty Bo, Bailey, and Sasha Banks versus the Riot Squad. Who you got? V.
I want it to be Sasha, Bailey, and Natalia, but I think it would be, but because they can't keep burying Sasha Banks, so I think that's who is going to win this. Even though we've seen this match 11 million times, I'm gonna go with Sasha Banks, Bailey, and Natalia
Okay. Jade.
I don't even know where Natty fit into this, but
because she got dropped by Ronda,
oh, that's right.
basically.
Poor, they just don't be doing my girl Natty right. She done trained all these hoes.
Ever
They just be treating her
like trash.
like man. Anyway, um See, the Riot Squad has the future women's champion Ruby Riot
Y'all
on.
need to stop with that.
she, she's the only one on that squad that has a future in the WWE. Let's be honest.
Don't do Sarah like that.
Sarah
Liv will
Logan,
stick around
She
because
was a
she's
rose.
blonde.
She was a rose, just like Braun Strowman was a rose.
Sarah
Rest
Logan
in
is a freaking Venus flytrap. Like, no,
peace.
she'll fade into the background. She'll be another Tamina at some point, and I love Tamina,
Aw.
but yeah, I'm gonna go with the Riot Squad on this one because they've been pushing them hard lately, especially after
Mm-hmm.
the whole head incident concussion thing.
Hmm.
True. I also will go ahead and go with V and do Natty Bo, Bailey, and Sasha. No real reason, just because. Next is Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Dot dot dot. The last woman standing match. Ladies, who you got?
I have Becky because it would be crazy for them to have her lose the belt right now because she's killing it like on Twitter. She's
Mhm.
killing it on SmackDown, even the pre-tape stuff that she's doing. Like she's the perfect heel right now. So I would hope that they wouldn't flip the belt and give it to Charlotte so soon. So I'm gonna go with Becky keeping it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with
Jade.
Becky Lynch. Becky has been talking so much shit on Twitter today. Like I'm
Yeah,
actually
it's hilarious.
Who's that girl that got caught in the crossfire? Like, you can get these hands too.
everybody
It was
got
somebody in was it
fired.
somebody in NX? No, it was Lana because Lana like posted a picture and she's like, "I'm ravishing as fuck," and Becky was like, "I'm champion as fuck" as a comment, and I was like, "Yes, killing it,
I need those shirts though. I'm champion. But she was
I'm
every
champion."
for every woman from the WWE, like was it I think it was just the SmackDown roster that posted something on Twitter, she like responded. But
Yeah.
yeah, Becky's got a lot of momentum right now. Vince would be so stupid to put the championship back on Charlotte. Charlotte's already a 7-time women's champion. She's only been on the main roster for 2 years. Like that was like back in the Divas, like in the Attitude Era, that was unheard of. Like you spent your career, like in a career span of like 4 or 5 years. Yeah, he's 7-time champ, but she's been the champ like 2 years. You know,
Mm,
Yeah,
it's he'd be stupid to put the strap back on Charlotte.
fair. I agree. I also have Becky. Let's move on. Your probable main event of the night is Ronda Rousey versus Nikki
This should have been
Bella.
pre-show.
agreed, agreed.
This is for the Raw Women's Championship. Ladies, I listen so badly. I want to pick Nikki Bella. Like, I'm
I
sure
think
there will
she's
be
getting the belt.
Brie
It's
and
hard when you don't like
shenanigans.
either one.
Like, what if
She's
they
a
do 10
hundred percent getting that belt,
magic?
y'all. She's 100% getting that belt because they're gonna be able to take it all over television and yeah, and do all the interviews that Rhonda's probably not great at, and they're 100% get. If they don't give it to her that weekend, she's gonna get it within the next cut, like at the next pay per view against Rhonda. She's
Oh,
gonna get it from her.
it's
I
so
just
So
good.
I just can't. Can I just
Jade.
say though, I gotta give Rhonda her props for like, dropping heat last Raw, like the whole John Cena thing. I mean, it kind of sucked, but it was kind of true, let's be honest. Um,
Hmm.
but Nikki was dropping some heat too. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, I don't even know. Can I just like take a draw on this one? Cause
wait, I want to
No.
change my answer.
Yes, please.
I'm gonna pick Rhonda because Shayna Baszler is gonna run in or
Oh.
one of the four Hearst women, one of the other chicks are going to run in to even the score against the two Bellas.
Aha. So
I mean,
shenanigans.
if Bree's in Nikki's
Yeah.
corner, even really like a
It's
you know,
not, but they
It's
got to
like
figure
one
out
whole
some way to
person
get
versus
Brie
one,
involved.
right?
right. It's
Yeah,
like
they got to get Brie involved somehow.
1.5 when you count like if the Bella's Nikki and then Bree's like half. And then I, I mean
All right, so we have two for Rhonda. let me stop. I'll just go ahead and pick Ronda.
I'm gonna pick Ronda.
I hate this match. It shouldn't be like where you're disgusted by either person. Where you're just like,
This
I
is
really don't
like,
want
this is
either
not
one to
great.
win.
Everybody's gonna love it. No, motherfucker. Oh, you love it. Like senile ass. Like, no, who thought this was a good idea?
Oh
Like
gosh.
nobody
Okay.
nobody wants this.
Well, some people want it. I just don't know why.
The people that live in their mama's basement, yeah.
Yeah, that's who wants it.
They don't love themselves.
You know, the
And
people who watch Total Divas and Total Bellas, but don't actually watch any kind of wrestling.
watch wrestling. Yeah. Yeah, I could see that being a thing.
Did you know they
Yeah.
watch Total Divas like, oh, the crowd's going wild for them? Like, you motherfucker. No, they are not.
Like they piped in that sound because it is not
Like, the
happening.
crowd was doing that for Finn Balor, okay?
Okay. If anybody needs a TV show, shirtless. Okay, anyway, that is your evolution card, and we have
That
placed
is
the
a sad ass card,
goodbye.
by the way.
I know. Maybe there will be some late choices and additions.
They got
They
3 days.
they could clearly do all this in 90 minutes, so who knows how long they'll spread it out to. But anyway, up next is Raw. It kicked off with some news. Jade, do you want to talk about it or should I?
Listen, I knew when Roman Reigns came out in the street clothes with his wedding ring and his gold chain on, I'm like, this is serious. Like,
He was fine as hell, though. I'll say that much.
he
But yeah.
was. I was like, he is beautiful. And people
I
came,
feel so bad to think about stuff like that. Be like, you look like a snake
Well, this
right
is
now,
before I knew what was happening, but he walked out, and I was like, yes, all of
though.
that. Yes, we need
but
that.
Roman came out to let everybody know that, he is, as much as he would like to, and as he's promised that he will be a fighting champ and uphold his, duties as the universal champ, he can't because his leukemia, which has been in remission for the past 11 years, is back and he needs to relinquish the title. He goes on to tell the universe how, he got diagnosed when he was 22. He fought, went into remission. And for him, it was just a really hard fight because football was over for him. He played at Georgia Tech. He had a baby on the way with his college sweetheart, Galena. And WWE took a chance on him and he made it. And he's made his dreams come true just following in his family's footsteps. Thanks the crowd for always reacting to him. Um, and at that moment, all the boys who hate him, who live in their were doing the thank you Roman chants. Now, mind you, those of us who were true Roman fans from day one were like,
Mm-hmm.
we were like,
Trash.
yeah, like this is so bad. And all y'all people that cheer for him now, we can't stand you. I mean, never could stand you, but yeah. So yeah, all the fuck boys were doing the thank you Roman chants. He's basically talking about how he's going to beat it. And this isn't his retirement speech. He's going to come back after he kicks cancer's ass, and he's going to come back for his championship. Well, he's going to come back. Period. So I have to say, like, as he was leaving out of the ring, because I saw the highlights, because I actually missed the actual show, but I saw the speech, and I'm just sitting there like, oh, this sucks. Like, I'm a big Roman Reigns fan, but at the end when he was like walking walking up the ramp and Seth came out and Dean came out, you could
Oh,
see they were visibly upset and crying. I'm like, really, y'all
yeah.
just have me tearing up like this?
Yeah.
So that was like a really sentimental moment. He hugged his friends. They did the fist bump, the shield fist bump, and then he left. And it just really sucks. Like when you think about someone like him, like he's relatively healthy as far as we know. He works out, he eats right, and to think that cancer really does not discriminate. It can affect anybody, no matter how much you work out, no matter how much you eat right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, so that was unexpected. It wasn't until I saw a tweet that someone was like, "Oh, this Roman Reigns news is sad." And I'm like, "What?" Because I had just landed in Texas and I read the tweet, and then I hopped online to see, what happened, and that's not. So I was like, "Man, this sucks."
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's just, but at the same time, it also goes to show that he really is a champion. WWE does a lot of work as far as we know, with like cancer research and the pediatric cancer, like Connor's cure and stuff like that. So now that you have, it hits so close to home, Yeah, when he comes back, it's definitely going to be,
It'll be amazing.
yeah. So
Yeah.
well wishes to him. Hope he gets better soon. I know that my grandmother died from cancer, so I know it's not easy. One being the person dealing with that and having to fight it, but like the family, like having to watch your loved one go through, you know,
Twice for him to
yeah,
have it
twice
happen twice.
chemo and the radiation, and he's got
Yeah.
3 kids.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it seems
That
like he's behind him and supporting him with this. So
yeah. It that actually his news, like him coming out and saying that, affected me more than I was expecting it to. Cause like the Shield is the reason that I got back into wrestling. I dropped out for a good couple of years,
hmm
and they were what brought me back to wrestling.
hmm
Um, so to hear that like all this time that he has been putting his body on the line and like wrestling day in and day out and
hmm
dealing with all these fuck boys that are booing him because their girlfriends are the ones who are like thinking about Roman when they're trying to get off, like, and they're upset about it. Um, like that's the only reason you really have to hate him. I'm sorry, he's just that gorgeous, and I'm sorry. Um, so just to hear, so I was annoyed to hear them doing the thank you Roman because it's like he had to tell you guys he could possibly die for you guys
it
to
was
actually show him some
more
respect.
only doing it because
And
they were sorry for him, not because they respected him.
yeah. And I'm like, that's trash. But I do love like all the stories that were coming out from other wrestlers about him, about how he gave like this independent wrestler a pair of boots because he knew the guy couldn't afford them. And
hmm
he wanted to help him out and was like, he told him to pay it forward and all that kind of stuff. I
hmm
will say it's a little weird though, like, because I got caught up in all the thank you Roman tweets and stuff because it
Same.
was like people, it's like, but it felt like people were tweeting about him like he had died already. So I'm just like,
Yeah.
it's a little bit hard to look at sometimes, but I've been checking it every day to see what other people are saying and see what other wrestlers and stuff are saying. Um, and I will say, like I said, it affected me so much that between Roman Reigns' news and then I got on Facebook and I saw this video of this bride who had donated bone marrow to this little 2 year old, and the
I
bride
saw
met her.
that.
Yeah, and the bride
And the
met
little girl
her
was the
for the first time, her flower
bridesmaid.
girl.
Oh, the
Yeah,
flower girl. Oh my God.
yeah. So between those two things,
Yeah.
for some reason, I'm like, you know what? I'm a healthy person. So I actually got on Be the Match, I think it's .org, and I actually signed up to be a
Ooh.
bone marrow donor because I'm like, I also learned that like African American people, we have the lowest chance of
Yeah,
actually finding a match.
we
And I
do.
was like,
Yep.
that's insane. And I was like, I'm a healthy person. If there's a chance that I could help save someone's life, why not do it? And I did that mostly because I'm like, this guy is one of the healthiest people you would ever think.
hmm
And he could have it. So it could happen to anybody. And I'm like, to think that something like that could happen to somebody in my family and they wouldn't be able to find a match because there's not enough African Americans that are a part of this, I
Hmm.
decided to join. So
That's
yeah, it really
beautiful.
it made a really big effect on me. So
Yeah, that's
I'm
really
hoping,
beautiful.
yeah, I'm hoping all the best for him and his family, and
Yeah.
seeing the tributes from his cousins and stuff. It's crazy that like he's got so many family members that are actually working for WWE that we're gonna see on a regular basis. So I'm
Yeah.
hoping that with over the next year or two that Roman is gonna be out, that his cousins and stuff do stuff to keep him on people's minds and stuff going forward. So
I think
um
it's also like, and like you said, I got caught up in the whole like tweets and posts and things like that. And like I'm not gonna lie, y'all, like I was shedding some tears because I'm like, man, this man,
all
like
kinds of
after a minute,
tears.
yeah, I was just like, man, wait, like he's not dead, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But it also goes to show, like seeing all those tweets, and it goes to show what kind of person he really was. Because I honestly think if Randy Orton had made that announcement, he wouldn't be.
Nobody would
It
have
wouldn't have been the
cared.
same.
Nobody would
But
have been
They'd have
like,
been
what?
like thoughts and
and it
prayers.
also it also goes to show like the fans, we don't know these people. Like we think
They're
we know who
real.
they are, but we don't know who they are. And it's like maybe there's a reason why Vince chose him to be the guy. Because clearly everybody in that locker room respects the hell out of him.
You saw something
And
other people.
yeah, like, and it's not even just in the company. Like guys in other companies are like, yeah, I don't like they're like we hope he's the face of wrestling right now, and we
Even
wish
some
him all the
of
best.
his Twitter rival was like, dude, like,
Yeah,
all bullshit aside, like I hope you get better because they're, I guess, distant cousins somehow.
yeah,
Owens,
yeah,
they all related, but um,
All except Samoa Joe.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's still
So
my
yeah,
favorite thing. Like they're all related except that one.
Except him.
Samoa Joe.
But it
That
just
is
goes,
funny.
like I said, it just goes to show what kind of person he is and what kind of impact he's had.
Yeah.
And what I understand, I don't think anybody in the locker room knew
They
until
didn't.
he made the announcement.
It was kind of obvious that the announcers had no idea because when he came out, Michael Cole was talking about Crown Royal or Crown Jewel, and
Mhm.
he was just talking like it was going to be a normal thing. And then when they came back from commercial after Roman and those guys got off the stage, that was the first time Renee has ever talked about Dean Ambrose being her husband on air.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, and you could tell that she was shaken by it, and even Corey Graves was like, he's like, that caught me off guard. Like
It
they had
very
no
much seems like
idea it was
nobody
gonna
knew.
happen.
Yeah,
No
it
one knew.
very much
Sasha
seems
Banks said
like
they didn't.
I
yeah.
think the only people that knew were like Vince, Triple H, and then you
Yeah,
know what's the guy, Mark Carano, who's always on Total Diva.
yeah, who's always there. Yeah,
He's Total Diva.
he's everywhere. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it
cause
was definitely
Seth's
that way.
face was pink. Like
Yeah. Oh,
That's
he took
man,
me out.
I was
Seth
like, he's
took
gonna make
me
me
out.
cry
and
too.
I
Yeah.
and I think like Dean was trying everything not to cry
yeah,
because Dean and Roman are very close. Like, because
Steroids dried his tears up, but anyway.
yeah, but they're super close. Like they consider each other like brothers and stuff. And I know Dean
mm,
and Seth is really close with them too. But um, I think he was trying like he's like I don't want to be I don't think he wanted to cry. Like he couldn't do it because I think he was
yeah,
one of those guys. If he did cry, he probably wouldn't have been able to stop.
yeah.
But you could tell like he was really hurt. Like he was really hurt by the news, and so was Seth. And I wonder when they found out. Like, I wonder if they got told a couple of hours before, if they had been told, like,
I
Seth
read a
was
because
crying
they
like
were,
he found out like when we found out. Like he
yeah,
was
that's what it
crying
felt
they were
like.
like
told, from what I read, Seth and Dean and Michael Cole were told that he was giving up the title that night,
Yeah.
but they didn't say why.
mm,
Oh, wow.
And he had
That's
recently found
crazy.
out about his diagnosis, like I guess the week before. So
Yeah, because he had
oh
missed some live shows over the weekend and people thought he was injured. And if you watch the
yeah,
video of Roman, like the video when he comes through the curtain after giving his speech and all the wrestlers are in the back giving him hugs and stuff,
mhm.
as he's walking to his car, he makes the joke like, don't film my rental car. This was a really last minute
Full
thing. I
size
wasn't planning to
SUV.
be here.
Yeah, he said
So
not a full size SUV. Yeah.
yeah, and he's like, I wasn't planning to be here. This was a last minute thing. So that they must have had decided like within like 24 hours, you should just come on Raw and relinquish the belt. So it had to have been super last minute because Sasha Banks even said that she was like nobody had any clue that he had leukemia. He had never told any of them.
Mm.
And they had no idea that he was going to make that announcement that night. So I can't even imagine being one of the wrestlers and that guy's like your locker room leader and somebody that you guys all look up to and that you guys all love and respect and then he gets on television and you find out that he has cancer and then Daniel Bryan even said like the SmackDown roster was just like taken
Yeah.
aback by it too, so I can't even imagine that. I wonder if the Usos knew.
I
Mm.
don't think they did. He seemed like the type, and I feel like Samoans are the type they keep shit like close
Mhm.
to the chest. Like they don't tell their business.
But I feel like they knew about it the first time.
Oh yeah,
Like they
they knew about
had
the
to because
first time.
they've been together. They're
Yeah,
like brothers instead of
they're
just cousins.
legit. They're legit family. I think they all
Yeah,
knew about the
and they
first
grew
time, but
up
I
together.
think they found out about the second time when we all found out, or maybe like a family call. Because you got to think, Tamina was there, Nia was
Yeah,
there.
Naya was there. Yeah,
Like I don't think there was a way for him to tell them, but not the other. Like I don't think they knew. I really don't think they knew before he told.
probably Naya definitely didn't know because she was holding on to Roman like she was like gonna fall out. Like she was holding him really tight.
Yeah. But all the best to Roman.
Yeah,
Our prayers. And when
it's
I
gonna be
see
a
when I
long
say
2 years.
when I say my prayers, I really mean it because I do be praying for people. I don't just say it to make them
Yeah,
feel better.
yeah.
Unlike
Well,
other
I
people.
I do. That's why I don't say it. So
yeah,
I actually do
but
pray for
yeah,
people. But I
me
agree with
too.
you. B. Like the Shield was one of the reasons that I had came back to wrestling again. because I've gone away from wrestling and came back, but they were
Yeah.
one of the reasons that I came back to it. So
What
I was
did
like,
y'all think about the turn at the end of the night?
oh, we'll get to that.
Okay.
We just got to get to Lashley and Finn Balor.
We can skip it. It's fine.
I mean, but it's just interesting because every time I think of Bobby Lashley, now I'm going to think about Mickey James. But
Sorry.
to the WrassleCast listeners, they have nothing to do with each other outside of the mixed match challenge. But
Yeah, that's it.
want the CSP and getting sued for slander. But yeah, Bobby Lashley. I mean, is anybody else opposed to like Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar since we gonna keep bringing him back into WWE? Like,
I mean,
I mean,
I, I mean, we need something different. Like, how many times are we gonna see Brock versus Braun? Brock, well,
yeah.
you know,
I would be okay with it if, like, during the match, you let Leo have a mic and you let Paul Heyman have a mic, and they just talked through the entire thing.
that's what I'm
That, like, just had them going at each other. Like, that would be funny. I'd be okay with that,
Vince McMahon, take note, okay? Damn it.
because that would be hilarious. Because they would just be cracking on each other the entire time, and I would be okay with that.
How Finn
100%.
Balor beat Bobby Lashley? I don't know. Is Bobby Lashley supposed to be hurt? Is he injured or no? I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
All right, so Finn beat Bobby. Backstage we got Dolph and Drew. Do they even have like a real like team name?
No,
D&D. Okay.
Dolphin Drew. I was just gonna say that D&D. Double D's.
Little Dick and Little Dicker.
Oh God.
Dolph and Drew were talking backstage, and they know that they have to watch their backs because they went off on Braun last week.
Mm-hmm.
So, you ain't just gonna be getting, doing that to our boy.
Because you're gonna what?
Get these,
These
These
hands.
hands.
you know, I was gonna say something inappropriate, but I'm not. So Dolph wants to
Ooh.
end his legacy at Crown Jewel, and Drew says Braun needed them more than they needed him. So Drew has a plan. He's going monster hunting. Drew got a death wish, clearly.
Mm.
Ruby Riott versus Sasha Banks for the 17th time. We need something different in the women's division. It's just
There's
so
like a million girls on that roster. I don't know
and
why
women
they can't
are
do
so
like mix up the
talented,
matches.
and they're all so underutilized. This is
Yeah.
why I started watching Impact. Okay.
Yo, same.
Impact has come a long way.
Hasn't it?
Mm.
It has, especially now they got Tessa Blanchard and Ty. I was watching their match earlier, and
I can't retire her individual braids though. Like it's
but I love me some Taya. Like I always liked her from Lucha Underground.
yeah, she's good on Lucha.
Yeah,
Hmm.
But still, individual braids on a Caucasian woman just turn me so far off. I can't.
Not
she needed
good.
something to protect her natural hair. Okay.
Why can't she just get fatty bitch braids? Why she gotta get individuals with the 990 to match her platinum hair? Like I
Mm-mm.
can't. I don't like it.
She in Impact now. She ain't in just. Is she on Lucha still?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
kind of
she
sort of.
got beat up last week. I don't know if she was there this week.
So they don't have like exclusive contracts with Impact.
Mm-mm. Lucha's not exclusive anymore. I think they do have a deal with Impact because Johnny goes back and forth all the
They're
time.
probably feeding wrestlers into Impact.
Hmm.
That's not a bad deal. But
Yeah, I think that's right because I think them AAA and Lucha, so Impact AAA and Lucha seem like they share a lot of the same people because I know Pentagon was also on Impact.
well, Pentagon also. There's another one. There's promotion AAW. It's based in Chicago. They have a lot of wrestlers that come in and out of Lucha Underground too. Pentagon,
Mm.
um,
Oh, is
Don-
that where you first fell in love with
Dante Five,
Ricochet?
Ricochet. Well, yeah, he used. I don't know if Ricochet used to, because by the time I started keeping up with AAW, Ricochet was like with Lucha Underground only. So I'm not
Mm.
100% sure. I know Ruby Riott used to wrestle in AAW before
Mm. So
T.
y'all got all the famous people before they
Oh, we
became
did. Oh,
her.
AEW, they got it. But these are also people that are wrestling in other promotions, all over the country too.
Mm-hmm.
AEW is just, it's like a feeder into the, I mean, there's a lot of talent that comes out of that, promotion. They even got their own version of DX. It's actually kind of cool.
Lit.
Girl,
We done
Went
completely
way off
forgot
a
about this
tangent.
match.
I know, but indies, like, I mean, we gotta support the indies too, because it
Yes,
seems like
yes, we do.
WWE just be pissing us off sometimes. But
Yep.
anyway, I said that because it made me think of like I saw Ruby Riott and Sasha Banks was next on the recap, and yeah. So, yeah. So in a nutshell, Sasha Banks is apparently back. Was she injured, quote unquote, or was she just
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
On a podcast that I didn't watch, she said or listen to, she said she was feeling like she had the onset of not CTE but something like that, and
Mm-hmm.
she was like, "Let me take a break, rest, so that whatever I'm feeling doesn't get worse." Because she
Mm-hmm.
said was feeling like nauseous, had headaches, that sort of thing.
Mm.
I love Sasha, but she's just so injury prone. Like
She's
if it
so
ain't
little and she
Cause
gets
she
thrown across the ring.
it
little.
ain't her
Yeah.
back, it's her head. It's
Yeah. That's
yeah.
why Vince doesn't like her because she's so injury prone and she's black. But that's beside the point. But
And that's what's so bad because it's like she ain't even blackity black. She's just like
no,
black,
she's just yeah.
black.
Yeah,
But even that's too black.
right. I mean, you
She
see how
ain't heard that from me. I'm
Foxy
still
did
trying to get free tickets, so I ain't say
I know
Maha.
I didn't say nothing.
Yeah.
I didn't hear it.
I'm.
So basically, Ruby Riot going into Evolution, they made Ruby Riot the Riot Squad look strong because Ruby Riot beat Sasha Banks in this Raw match 1-on-1.
Next.
Nia Jax cuts a promo about WWE Evolution and breaking barriers, and she plans to win the Battle Royal on Sunday. That's right, but we need to put some money on this. Who you got? Because then
Who got money?
I got. Oh, I thought you said who got Nia. I'm like me.
Nah, I said who got money?
Money. I
I
mean,
got euros. Can we talk about why foreign money is so much prettier than American money? It
It's
is,
way
man.
prettier. American money is trash. It's
It's
so ugly.
so
It's so
boring.
boring.
Yo, my €5 bill, I was like, this is the sexiest thing on earth. But I had to put it away because
you
people
gonna
was watching and I wasn't trying to get
dump all
yanked for
your
my monies.
you gonna get to your hotel and dump all your euros on your bed and roll around in it naked.
I mean, it ain't that many euros, but yeah.
Mm,
Okay, so now we're cutting to DX. I don't know why they Triple H
You
is
don't know why they are.
like, are you ready?
their
No,
stuff
Nick,
just
are
does
you
not like it. They're too old to be doing that still. It does
You're
not
old. That's
it
the thing
doesn't like
about DX. You're old now.
Every
yeah.
time Triple H goes, "Are you ready?" I'm like, "Sir, are
Are
you?
No, are
you?
you
Are
ready? Are
you?
you okay?
Are
Have you
you?
cracked your
Nothing. It's just like
spine?
nothing.
Have you had
Whole
your tomato
gimmick
juice
just did
today,
not
sir?"
age well. And then now you've got like 50-year-old men trying to do that same, like, we're against the regime, we're against,
It's
it
like
doesn't work when
You
Triple H
are
is the regime.
you are the
And
regime.
like and they don't have hair anymore, and it's
They
just
grew out their
no,
beards
I
because
don't
that
like
makes
it.
it
And I don't
okay.
understand why Undertaker and Kane are cutting promos in a garage. I don't understand
This is
what's
like
happening.
this match is what happens when you're Vince McMahon and you don't trust your new talent enough to carry a show. Because if you do this over the look, let me tell you, I ain't afraid what he gonna do. Um, I mean, you few pay-per-views. It's like all about like for Vince McMahon, he's like living in the past. I don't know if he's senile. I don't know what it is, but it's like, bruh, like let it go. Like we get it. Like we can honor the past. Like that's. I mean, obviously, if it wasn't for the past, it wouldn't be for the present and the future.
Yeah.
Your attitude era, 80, they can't carry like you're not going to create new legends and future Hall of Famers if you keep bringing in Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Undertaker, thinking that they're going to carry the show. Undertaker is like 100 years old. Like let that man rest in peace, okay?
Yeah.
Seriously, you know. So it's just Triple H and Shawn Michaels, 50 years old, going around talking about suck it. Really,
Yeah. It's so
really.
awkward. It's so awkward to watch. It's uncomfortable.
Because
I need
now
them
they're
to
like the
stop.
old man in the club, and it's like it's
They
hot,
are like, wait,
hot.
y'all got on Bluetooths and linen suits. That's Triple H and Shawn Michaels right
Well,
now.
not Shawn
Around.
Michaels has on chaps, like camo chaps is what
Yo,
he
did
is
I
going to
tell
be
you
wearing.
I went to a football game a couple months ago or a month ago? It was a college game, Texas, took 'em horns and shit. Why did I see this young boy who looked exactly like Shawn Michaels?
Was it Shawn Michaels?
Was he fine Shawn Michaels
He
from
was
back in the day, or
he was
like current
bald,
Shawn
but he was
Michaels?
fine as fuck. Like
Okay.
take whatever fine what's his name, Michael Hickenbottom, Shawn Michaels face, make the blue eyes even bluer, take
Mm.
off the hair, put him in a sleeveless shirt. That is who I saw.
I mean, did you say hi?
Did you
I
get his
said
name? Did he
he
buy
was
you?
the nigga. He was in college. He was youthful. But I
What you?
said
I didn't
I was
say you
talking
gotta
to
be
my
with him
What that
forever.
mean? Courtney Card.
listen.
What
I
little
can't.
Kardashian girl is dating a 19-year-old?
And
Like,
that's
You ain't gotta
nasty
be
as
with him for.
hell.
You don't gotta be with him
Nasty. Y'all
forever. I
nasty. You
mean,
need Jesus. Y'all are nasty.
just as
You're
long as he's old enough.
nasty.
If he's old enough to drink, then it's okay. It's
I don't
not
know
bad.
that he
But
exactly.
if he's
was. He could
under,
have been
okay.
19, 20. I don't know. I didn't card the boy. I said, he looks exactly like Shawn Michaels. And he looked at me and looked at me like,
What
so
if
the
that was
fuck,
his
like,
kid?
what if I do?
Woody,
Like,
what if that was his kid? We could have been getting like free tickets to
Tickets right there.
it might have been his baby.
Didi. You should have just, you know what? Let's move
I
on.
know, I know. You know, I don't talk to strangers. Y'all know this about me.
Yeah,
What you
took one
do,
for the
Didi?
team that
You
time.
know, I don't talk to
When you was at the
strangers.
tiki bar, you was talking to the bartender, but he wasn't a
Oh,
stranger.
bartenders don't count.
Okay,
Bartenders aren't strangers.
okay,
Bartenders are friends you haven't met yet. That's different.
okay.
Yes, that's correct.
I'll tell you about the time I took Didi and I went to the tiki bar, but we'll tell you on the post
We
show.
went to the tiki bar, left and got tacos, and went back to the tiki bar
But we only went. Well, we originally only went back to use the
to use the
restroom.
bath.
We
Yes,
ended up staying until like they closed.
it
Let's
was
go back
great.
to the bathroom. Let's get another drink. Okay, let's get another one. Get another one. Okay, sure.
My credit card was like, "Who do you think you are right now?"
You, you was with me. You was out in these streets.
I was having a grand time in San Diego. It was a tiki bar, and then the tiki lit up.
Yeah,
Like,
Oh,
it kept
how was I
the
supposed
lights
to
going
leave?
out, and it was like we was in Samoa. I was like, this is great. Where the
It,
Samoans at? Because
it started spitting fire and shit. It was
where the
amazing.
Samoans at? Like I'm fixing my hair and shit, and no.
guys, this is very off topic, but did you guys realize that Carl Anderson is like gorgeous? And his like, have you seen his Instagram before?
Is that the one with the hot Asian wife?
Yes, he's actually
Where
like
have
his
where
kids
have
are
the good
so
brothers been?
cute. What happened?
He said what?
Where have the good brothers been? They don't do them right. You know what? If I was them, I'd go back to New Japan.
They
I
probably
think
aren't
he went
gonna
on
go back because
paternity leave.
they're getting paid more and they get to actually be near their 5 kids that they got each. So that's why they ain't going
Wait,
back to New
isn't the
Japan.
other one dating like a sister though? Did we have this discussion before?
I think he is. There was talk that like there was a
Oh wait, no,
joke
it
that
was
he was
like the whole
dating
Nia
Naya.
Jax. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
yeah.
He's fine as hell.
He is. Look at his body. His body is ridiculous. And I think he's packing too. Like in the second picture on the top row, where he's got those things on his
Oh,
legs.
Are y'all
listen.
on Instagram right now?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
mom. Multitasking. First of all, the kids are adorable.
The kids are gorgeous.
Oh my
But his
gosh.
body is so nice. He's a good
Oh
looking white dude.
my gosh.
Oh, I can play the kids. Okay, little boy.
Oh, she's Vietnamese, the Asian wife is.
Yeah.
Okay, the babies are gorgeous.
Gorgeous
That
kids.
is ridiculous. Oh,
Yeah.
he eats
Hey, how
crabs.
many kids does he have? Because I keep
He's
seeing new
got
pictures.
4. He's got
Dude got
4
like
of
Yeah.
them.
15 kids.
He's got all boys, 4 boys.
Oh,
No,
that's
I
whack.
see a little girl.
He
That's
needs a
not a little girl.
girl. Okay,
The
first
one
of
with
all,
the
these
hair.
kids are fucking adorable.
The
The one
kids
with
are
the hair.
What
gorgeous.
the hell?
Okay, the one with the hair is a little
Now
boy.
listen, I can't look at baby pictures like this. I gotta get off this page.
His
Yeah,
body though is like his abs are
Oh my
in.
gosh.
hey, Didi, what you getting baby fever or some shit? Like
I've
what?
had baby fever for like a decade. But the older I get, the more close I am to making terrible life choices. So I
It's
really
his
ought to
wife, right? His
stop.
wife's a wrestler too, right? Or was?
Huh? Who?
Was his wife a wrestler?
No, she wasn't. I don't think. Because I
Winning.
thought I originally thought he had was dating a Japanese woman since he was over in New Japan for so long. But yeah, it's funny.
Homie
Yeah,
got, homie got like
Yo, his body is sick.
isn't it? I'm like,
he needs to
I'm
figure out
like,
his
it don't
outfits
look
because he
like
does
that
not
on.
look
It
that
don't look
good.
like that on TV.
You
Why don't we
know,
see that on TV? He is,
you
yeah.
know.
Watch it.
Try.
Ladies,
I'm
we're
sorry.
here
Sorry.
all night.
I'm sorry.
Wait, you
I'm
gotta scroll down and
sorry.
see him in the fireman costume.
Oh
That.
wait. Okay, I can do that. Jay, keep going. Keep going.
Keep
Oh,
going,
bitch, I
Jade.
found it. God damn.
Like, holy shit.
No wonder she had 4 kids. I would too.
Yep.
Woo.
So let's go back to DX. They,
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Do we have to?
in Sam's words, shout out to Sam. They cut a long, boring promo.
Was it
And
20 minutes though?
right, and Triple H basically was talking shit. This motherfucker come back talking about there's a new Halloween movie that's out and it's #1 at the box office, and he packed 70,000 into an arena to see he and HBK together. Bruh, I promise you, it wasn't for y'all. But okay,
Nope.
nobody. It's Monday night. Nobody has anything else to do. Rhode Island doesn't have a football team, so yeah. So and the Patriots, but they beat the Bears on Sunday, which my Bears.
Oh.
But then Triple H goes, maybe old means better. That is definitely Vince McMahon talking. When it comes to being better as DX, they've been running the place for 20 years. I'm trying to, what have they been running? Because I'm pretty sure the Shield's been running shit for the last few
Yeah,
years.
for like the last 4 or 5 years. They've been
But
carrying the company.
what do I know? I'm just, a consumer of the product.
Can
Um,
I have a comment.
what's
They're
that?
they're talking about age, but Undertaker and Kane are older than them.
Yep.
Undertaker, like I said, are each 106 years old.
So it's like we're doing this thing that doesn't even make sense in this in regards to the match. But it's almost like they're saying, I know what they're saying. They're like old in comparison to everybody else on the card. But that's not what your promo should be about. Your promo should be about your match.
This is a veterans match that we're having at the Crown Jewel.
Because Saudi Arabia wants to see all their faves and they put the money down.
Right? Because they're like, we've never seen them live before. Because
Yeah. And it's like just say that, be like, they paid to see me.
like it's the senior
I don't
citizen.
know I don't know who you paid for, but the prince paid to see me.
Prince
So I'm
Salman
here.
paid to see the people he grew up watching, even
Yeah.
trying to retire. Like they
And
just
truth be told, if I was a millionaire prince, I would pay to see a lot of different people.
they just Undertaker. Like every time he like, man, I just thought I was done. Like these
He
motherfuckers,
keeps retiring.
leave. Like
He
I thought,
keeps retiring, and they're like, "No, one more time.
like after
Come
that
on
match
back."
with Roman Reigns, I was like, oh nah, B.
That
Taker,
should have been the end.
Taker got to
Yeah.
let this shit go. And this
They're
motherfucker back to fight John Cena. I'm like, really, dude, really,
the, I think they're only doing it because
really, my nigga, really. Michelle McCool, like somebody got to make some money around here. I ain't getting back in the ring. I must
But
stay
what
at
make it so bad is she's young enough that she could get back in the ring.
she could if she wanted to. But she
home.
got to make America great again at home, so she's not going to get
Is
back
she
in the
wearing
ring.
MAGA? She doesn't even look like MAGA.
They
My
both
baby.
are. They
Well,
both
he's like
are.
80. Of course he is.
He's 80
But
and he's from Texas, so we knew he was.
yeah, like that ain't shocking. But she's
I mean, how's she going to be married to him and not be?
MAGA.
Because,
Listen, you can
like,
be
if you
married to a lot
allow,
of different
but listen, if
people.
you can allow it to happen, like, that's some other kind of shit. Like, if you can allow your husband to be like,
Okay,
I kneel for the, she was the one that,
V,
like,
V, V,
captioned the
V,
photo
V,
about kneeling for the flag.
V. Let's be honest, right? Right, right, right. So, like, if Elias told me he was MAGA, but he was like, but he was
Oh
like,
God, girl.
what's up, though? Like, there's some
You are
sacrifices
insane.
I'm very willing to make, you
For
know?
Elias?
Yes.
Look,
Have you
she
seen
walked
him?
with Elias.
I walk. I might even jog. I'm not running, but yeah, I walk with Elias.
Sis, okay.
He can
You
be.
do
I
this.
don't have to be MAGA just because he's MAGA. We split the
Oh,
difference. It's a zero sum. That is nothing. Yeah.
oh wait, Carl Anderson's wife is older than him. No, wait, she's younger than him.
Ooh.
Sorry, never
Oh.
mind. Never mind.
Here
He
y'all
calls
go.
himself the hot Caucasian
Hashtag
good brother.
Creepcast.
She's
Okay, Jay,
younger,
come on, come on,
sorry.
come on. Let's get through
Yeah,
this.
let's
Let's
go.
get through this.
See. yeah, Triple H was like, blah, blah, blah. They've been running the past. Maybe him and Shawn Michaels are in the past, but the future is now. So if the future is now, Vince
Why
McMahon,
y'all wrestling?
I have a question. I have a few questions, but moving on, so we're not here all night. So right after Triple H says the future is now, the NXT chants happen. I'm like, thank the Lord, because NXT is the future, right? And so
Mm-hmm.
Triple H says they're coming to Crown Jewel and aren't there to make them laugh. They're there to kick ass. Nigga, if you get out of there without issue, then I mean they out there killing journalists and shit. But okay, anyway.
Yeah.
So then
Besides the point, you know.
Taker's dong hits. We see this video of the graveyard and under which Undertaker should probably be like resting right now. It's past his bedtime. Kane and Taker are there. They claim that they will end DX at Crown Jewel and unleash their utter contempt. Oh my god, it's just like it sounds like a bunch of old men yelling at each other to get off their lawn.
Yeah,
Get off my lawn,
basically.
get off my lawn. Like a bunch of old men yelling about like which dumpster to use in the neighborhood. Like I don't, oh, your dog pooped on my yard. Well, put your trash in my garbage can. Oh my gosh. Anyway, and HBK and Triple H should have stayed away because they can't outrun the Reaper. Apparently, Undertaker can outrun the Reaper because he's still right. They even have tombstones for DX. This will be DX's final match. I think it's going to be Undertaker's final match, hopefully, because they're going to put him down and own their souls for eternity. Souls. Do Triple H has eyebrows, right? Okay. Shawn
He
Michaels.
does.
Yeah, so they have souls. Okay. And DX will never rest in peace because according to Dee, if you don't have eyebrows, you don't have a soul. So
Facts are facts, ma'am.
Crown Jewel, Brock Lesnar versus Braun Strowman will compete for the Universal title because we know our boy Roman Reigns, who is out, cannot compete. Dana Brooke, who I've been told has been underutilized for a long time, cuts a promo on Evolution, says she's been held back and plans to win the Battle Royal. Baby, I know you've been underutilized, but even I know you're not going to win the Battle Royal. Paul Heyman, one of the best on the mic, comes out, gives his thoughts. Basically, cut half his promos about Roman Reigns. It was a very nice promo. He was talking about how humbling it was to be in the locker room and to be around such courage and greatness. When he goes home, he's going to have to explain to his kids, who are probably Roman Reigns fans, he wants them to understand what Reigns did with sacrifice for, he sacrificed for his career by giving up the title. The title deserves the best the champion has to offer. And I actually watched this promo, and I love Paul Heyman because he's really great on the mic. But for him to like just kind of cut this, do a shoot, was really, I I thought it was really good. It was fitting for what had just happened earlier in the night. But then Paul Heyman, in true Paul Heyman fashion, you know, he
He
gets
flipped the script.
down to business. He did talk about how Roman Reigns was, he did praise Roman Reigns, but then he basically shifted the focus after that. Because he's like, Reigns just sort of going, why is everybody talking like he's dead? Like, Roman Reigns is not dead. But anyway, Lesnar versus Strowman for the championship. Heyman says, first of all, I saw Brock Lesnar going back to UFC. That motherfucker, I don't think he know what he wants to do. But anyway, Lesnar's going to face Strowman for the championship. There's only one man worthy of being champion, and that isn't Braun Strowman. It's Brock Lesnar. But my opinion is that Braun Strowman would be perfect because at least we know we'd see him every week and not 3 times.
Oh, facts.
So, basically, Heyman was talking about how Braun isn't in Brock's league. Braun isn't even the same species as Brock. Okay, whatever that means.
I don't know.
Braun comes in like, roar. And
He screamed his entire promo.
I'm like, hey, bro, you got a microphone. Why are you screaming?
Like, what are you yelling for? I was like, we can hear you.
He's like, roar, like, I'm going to beat Brock's ass all over Crown Jewel and taking the title. And then he promises to give Reigns a first shot when he comes back. Oh,
That was
he
nice. They're
really,
best. They're BFFs in real life.
they really are really close. It's so cool. But for now, Brock's go,
Get these
Rawr, get the.
hands.
And then, according to Don, Drew arrives and claims the
When I tell you Braun got that foot though, like
he wasn't saying Rawr then. Ooh. Okay, so backstage, damn, Raw still on. Shit, this shit's long
It
as
was a
fuck.
long episode.
it's not long. Y'all just talk too much.
No, but I'll be watching Raw, and it just seemed like it's 3 hours. So it comes on at 8 o'clock here in California, and
Mm.
I'll be watching it, and it's like I'm like, man, it's got to be like 3 hours. It's 8:25. I'm like, this is bullshit. This is to go back to the 2 hour format.
They really
Um,
should. 2 hours would be perfect.
They ain't got Roman no
Dolphins,
more. They should go back. Now's the time to do it.
yeah, now's the time to cut back to the 2 hours. Like, why not? So we don't get inundated with the same DX promo week after week for the last
Mm-hmm.
4 weeks. And Undertaker gongs. Like, it was exciting when he first came back, like, oh, the gong. But now it's like, dude, really? We know you're not gonna do shit. We know you're on an oxygen mask. Like, dude.
Oh, it's
So
a CPAP machine. It's different.
Pat, And don't get me wrong, I love Undertaker. He was one of my favorites growing up. I used to be scared of him growing up because like the whole darkness and mortician type
And the
thing,
eyeballs.
eyeballs,
The
and
Paul Bearer. Yeah.
but at the same time, like as one of my favorites, I feel like it's time for him to hang it up because I don't want to see him hurt himself any more than he already
Well, if
has.
he's MAGA, do we care?
Yeah, it's all right.
Oh, guys, why'd you have to remind me? Okay, so some backstage stuff happens with Drew and Dolph. I don't even think it really matters because Elias arrives.
Yeah.
That is all that matters because now we're going to get Elias versus Apollo Crews. And long story short, Elias wins because
Hey.
WWE stands for what?
Walk with
With
Elias.
Elias.
B, you didn't sound too confident about that. You don't like Elias?
No, I like Elias. I forget about him sometimes, but I
What?
like Elias.
What?
I mute him until something happens. But
Why
I
would you
like
do a
him.
thing like that? Why
I
would you
like
mute
him. I
him?
just mute him.
But he's so pretty. Well, mute. You
I
can
can
still
look
look at
at him. I don't
him.
gotta hear him.
Yeah.
Girl, he be playing these chords. Like his chords have gotten better since
Have
he's
they?
been on
He's
They
the
were not good
practicing
originally. Okay.
skill set. Yeah.
yes. So now we cut to our boy Kurt Angle, who cuts a promo for WWE World Cup, which clearly is bullshit.
America's Cup.
It's America's
The
Cup because
the
clearly
US Open.
international wrestlers in it. Is Rusev even in it?
No.
What?
No.
Aiden English?
No.
Well, Aiden English ain't even.
All Americans.
He's just
All
all
Americans.
American. So how is he even best in the world? There's no Rusev. There's no Rey Mysterio. That like seriously.
Oh, Rey Mysterio's in it.
Yeah, he's the
Yeah.
only brown
And he's
person in
American.
it.
But he's American too. He's
He's
from
American,
California.
yeah.
Well, he wrestled in Mexico, so maybe he can like kind of, it's like it's the World Cup. No, Vince, this is what
The
happens
white
when
it's
you
the
when
white cup.
it's the month.
It's like the Olympics when the kid from like Canada is like, oh no, but I'm running for England because I got an English mom. Yeah.
Mhm.
The World Cup. So anyway, we cut back to Elias. Whew, yes, Elias.
Yes.
Baron Corbin arrives, interrupting him. Baron does not have time for Elias's performance. They just gonna stop. They're gonna stop disrespecting him.
Hmm.
Corbin mocks him and says if Stephanie didn't like him, he'd fire him. Stephanie know what's up. Why is Baron? You know what? They finally found something for Baron Corbin to do. I'm happy for him.
Get his ass whooped. Yes.
Every week. So Corbin tells him to leave. Elias says he has a new song for him. Elias sings about Corbin being afraid and spreading lies, and Stephanie in a pass like a muppet. Corbin has a fight and then tells him to leave. Elias returns and El Cabon's Corbin
Woo!
guitar. Oh yes, I saw that and I was all about it. All
He
about it.
hit him like he don't like him in real life. It was amazing.
I don't think he does. If he does, he sold that really well. So Michael Cole, who still has a job, is our host, and the bell arrives. Y'all, you know what? I'll never forget. This is just another sidebar. The time that Brock Lesnar like F5 Michael Cole out of his dress shoes. I will never forget.
Good times, good
That was
times.
great. Okay, so Michael Cole's the host for the contract signing, and the Bellas arrive. Why are they here? Rhonda comes. Why is she here? Um, he, some long boring promo. Rhonda's like, Bellas get out of the ring because they're scared of Rhonda. Rhonda's like, no, get in the ring. I'm not gonna hit you. I promise. Blah blah blah. Nikki was like dropping heat. Like Nikki really was flaming her ass. I ain't
Yeah.
Nikki flamed her ass, but you know, she basically said that Rhonda promised her mom she'd win the Olympics and World Championship. She didn't. Uh, that she's never seen her get hurt in the UFC and that she'd retire undefeated. None of which she did, because her last two fights she got knocked the fuck out. Um,
Yeah, yes, you did.
basically says, "Did you give your mother your word? Did you promise her that? Did you keep your word?" She's ashamed of you. It'll be even worse than a diva because Nikki clearly have been listening to people's tweets because they call her a diva. She's like, it's gonna be a shame when this diva beats you for the title. I'm like, oh, Nikki is
Oh, okay.
dropping heat today. I don't even like Nikki Bella, but I had to give her props. So I will say Nikki's a good heel,
Oh
considered
yeah.
She's a way better heel than a
than babyface.
face.
She slapped Ronda. Ronda laughs it off, signs her contract, says, come Sunday, I'll end you and I give you my word. Ronda, we know how it goes when you give us your words. So, Seth and Dean. So Seth and Dean have interviewed backstage. Dean says there are no words to talk about the Shield spawn for the last 6 years. When you don't know what to do or say, you just do what you always do, and that's what they'll do tonight because they have a tag team championship match against Dolph and Ziggles. Seth says they're going to win. They're going to channel the emotions and win the tag titles and do it for Roman because they love him. Does Seth really need two titles though? Like,
I mean,
Seth
he's
can
done it
have all the
before.
titles.
like Seth
Yes,
can
he
have them
can.
all.
Yes.
So
He
then
deserves.
he does. He's been through a lot. Nia Jax, Dana Brooke versus Tamina and Ember Moon. Why didn't you just do Tamina and Nia versus Dan? But who, who am I? I just make logical sense. Basically, Jax worked over Tamina. Tamina fires back with the strikes, but Jax hits a corner splash. Tamina hits a super kick, walks into the Eclipse, and Ember Moon wins. Trish and Lita are interviewed backstage. They're focused on Sunday, plan to win. Foxy arrives and makes fun of Trish and Lita. Gosh, Alicia Fox. They don't know what to do with her either.
Bitches be fighting.
Alicia Fox,
Bitches be fighting.
her enough, but anyway. Alicia Fox arrives, makes fun of Lita and Trish. Mickey arrives and puts an ass beating on Trish and Lita as Fox falls down. Trish and Lita fight back. Pipes fall, and they claim that's how we do it in the Attitude Era. There are rumors that Alexa suffered a concussion and may be out of Sunday's match. Okay. And I wouldn't be upset. Raw Tag Team Championship match. So at some point in the match,
God damn.
Braun's music hits, and they're like, "Rawr." And
I don't know
I
why
just,
that's so funny to me.
I just like doing it. It just comes out in a row.
Right.
He's gonna do that for the WrassleCast. Rawr. His music hits. Seth gets to roll up for two. The ref gets bumped. Oh my gosh! Of course, the ref gets knocked out. Braun arrives at ringside. Braun and Drew brawl to the floor and into the crowd. Braun beats his ass all the way backstage. I'm reading this in Don's voice because I know he wrote this.
Mhm.
So Dolph's alone in the ring. He grabs the belt. Ambrose cuts him off. Blackout by Rollins. Ambrose rolls the ref back in, and we have new championships. Post match, Ambrose is like, hey, I guess I'm fed up with the Shield, and lays out Rollins with dirty deeds. He looks conflicted and kicks, oh, Don, kicks the shit out of Rollins. Ambrose continues his attack on the floor. He peels up the mats and his dirty deeds on the exposed floor. I feel like, so from what I read, the heel turn happened because it was moved up because of Roman having to take time off. But I also think since Dean was looking a little conflicted, he might come back next week and be like, "Sorry, man. Like, dude, I don't know what came over me." Um,
Yeah,
so
as he
especially
was,
now they're champions, and then maybe like,
yeah.
"Roar," it's gonna come out of nowhere, and
I
Yeah.
hated the turn. I feel like they could. We knew like Dean was gonna turn. I feel like they could have waited 1 week. Like they could have done it next Monday, and it still would have affected everybody.
hmm
Mm.
Maybe not as much, but it still would have got people to boo him
hmm
because me being like just we don't know what's gonna happen with Roman. Like leukemia is a serious thing. We have no idea. I would
Hmm.
hate for the last time that we see the three of them go. Though if that's the last time we saw the three of them together, that's how the show ended. Like I would have liked to just had my feel good moment with the Shield and Dean and Seth winning the championship for Roman, and then we at least got to have that good feel good moment. And then whatever you want to do after, like next week or the week after that, go ahead and do it. I like there's a lot of people who are like, "Oh, it was the perfect time and it was perfect." And I'm like, I feel like everybody who feels that way, just me
Hmm.
personally, are people who didn't like Roman anyway. And they're like,
hmm
"Oh, it's just
Yep.
it's now Dean can go and be the face of the company." And I'm like, that's great. And I actually like Dean. I think he's better when he's off his rocker like he is right now. But
Mm.
I just wish they would have waited a week because we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if that Monday was the last time that we might, if, like, even if he were to beat, if he, even if, like, if he does beat cancer, which I believe he
Maybe he
will,
does.
which yeah, I believe he will. Like he might not be able to come back and wrestle. He
hmm
might not. We don't know. So I just would
Yeah.
have liked to have them
Right.
let us have that feel good moment and then do whatever you got to do next week.
He could be an actor like The Rock. He could be on The Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
That
I just went
serious.
automatically I went morbid and I was just like I just wish we would have got our moment with the Shield having their
Mm-hmm.
feel good moment and do whatever the hell you want to do next week.
Yeah.
So
I kind of like the way it ended, personally.
Now it's kind of
yeah.
like, okay, now what? They're tag team champs, but he just whooped his ass. What's gonna
Yeah.
happen?
Well, I
Yeah.
will say that when you watch it, like you can hear him saying something to Seth, like, "This is what you wanted," almost like our best friend just said he got cancer, and you worried about these bells. So
Yeah.
if
Well,
next
you do
week
hear you
that,
actually hear like you hear Seth saying, "It's okay, I understand," and
yeah.
to Dean and
So
stuff
it'll
too.
be
So
interesting to see what they do with it next week because Dean seems angry about this. And Seth seems like, "I understand you're angry because our best friend has cancer." So it'll be interesting to see how okay he
yeah,
is after all of that ass whooping last Monday, and where they
yeah,
go from there. But I personally was okay with it just because it is unexpected. And honestly, sad as it is, anytime you can get the crowd to be as shook as they were, that's what you want. Because these little assholes are assholes. They don't give you those reactions. So when you can get them, you take them.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like I I don't know. I because it was too maybe it was just too much emotion because you had
Yeah,
everything what was happening at the
true.
beginning and
You
then
have to understand. I'm halfway to heartless, so I'm a
yeah.
different sort. But I can understand definitely wanting to just end on a great note, and then we'll get where we were always gonna go some other time.
yeah.
I think that's it for Raw. What did I do with my notes? Okay, yes, that is it for Raw. Next is Smacky Downey,
Oh Lord.
and they were in Newark, cause yeah. The New Day start off. Things happen. They're actually going to be at Crown Jewel, facing the Bar. They say that the Bar lowered the bar because they cheated to take their titles. They thought Big Show was cool, but he flips more than a flapjack. Kofi wants payback tonight, and he doesn't care who it is. So the Big Show and the Bar arrive. They play like hopscotch on who's going to face Kofi. It ends up being the Big Show. Big Show hits Kofi with three choke slams. And then they run into the ring, so there's a no contest. And the Big Show and the Bar lay out New Day with ease. It was sad. Next was AJ and Daniel Bryan versus the Usos. Again. There's some tags to Styles and Jay. He runs wild and hits a Ushigoroshi for two. Styles looks for the clash, but it's countered. And then Styles rolls it into a calf crusher. Jimmy makes the save. The fight breaks down. AJ flies and almost hits Brian. But then he hits him with a Pele kick accidentally because one of the Usos ducks. And then there's a big splash on AJ, and the Usos win. They're in the back. Dasha interviews them on the run, and AJ says it's an accident, just like it was last week. And Daniel's like, yeah, my shit was an accident. And so AJ's like, what you trying to say? He's like, nothing. And he's making like Pinocchio jokes. And then as
Mm.
AJ walks away, he's like, too sweet, good brother. Basically saying he's full of shit.
Did y'all
Basically.
catch the Roman Reigns tribute that the Usos did
The
in the
little
match?
arm jack. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's very sweet.
that's
I'm sure
cute.
they'll do things like that off and on while their brother cousin is away. First of
Yeah,
all, that little picture of them when they were babies or like
so
teenagers,
cute.
preteen, I was like, they are the most adorable things on earth. And plus, also, they still look like themselves. And I was
Yeah,
like, oh, it's so precious.
yeah,
I can't do pictures of cute kids because it's like, you're cute. You were a
yeah.
child. That's the weird thing when you look at adults and like, you were actually a child at one point. Shit's crazy.
That's
Amazing.
funny. Yeah.
There's a video of Charlotte visiting the performance center and giving her big sister talk to the NXT ladies. You see all your personal faves. You see Mia. You see Shayna Baszler without the eyebrows. Binky's in the back with her ponytail, so on and so forth. Becky arrives and is like, if you really want information, you probably should be talking to the champ. Duh. And she's like, listen, don't make friends because friends will stab you in the back. Then Becky gets to fighting and they brawl and the trainees hold Becky back. I was told by Apple Care all the black girls and the ethnic girls was holding Becky back.
Mm.
I don't know if it's a school days kind of thing. I don't know. So they cut to a promo from Charlotte, pre recorded, who says Becky has crossed the line and what she's done is unforgivable. She says Becky has changed and there is no going back. And so on Sunday, she is going to win the title back and will stand over a friend that lost her way. It's like, girl, she didn't lose her way. She gained the title. What'd you say?
I said, I know Becky ain't talking about, I mean, Charlotte ain't talking about people stabbing people in the back.
Right.
Listen, she done turned her back on all her friends.
Everybody.
I
And
remember
her
how she
daddy at
treated
one point.
Sasha. I remember how she treated her daddy. But now that she used his last name, we're gonna act like that shit ain't happened. I see you. We
Hmm.
see each other.
Mm.
Anyway, Aiden English versus Rusev. Aiden tells Lana this is her fault. She throws a shoe at him. There's a Machka kick by Rusev. And then he puts Aiden into the accolade. And that's it with that. Next, Miz TV. He welcomes us to the show, puts over SmackDown 1000. I was there. Shout out to Jade. 1533. Yes,
What I
yes.
do, I do, what I do.
Remember how you told me to buy the ticket the same day?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Why would you buy a ticket to Vince McMahon's show days in advance?
I mean, you weren't wrong because there were plenty of
Like,
seats.
it's the same show you just saw last week. So
He brags about his win. Miz does over Rusev to enter the World Cup or the America's Cup. He brings out Ray. Miz says fans are happy to have him back, but he wonders why Ray came back. Ray said, bitch, I got kids. No, JK. Ray said he's happy to be home. Miz runs him down as the little man looking to prove himself. He says it's very 90s of him, and people are over that and into larger than life stars like The Miz. Miz claims to be the star of WWE, and low key he is, but we won't get into that. And he plans to win the World Cup tournament, America's Cup, because he's the best in the world, aka America. Ray is not impressed and says he is disappointed because he thought he was booked for Truth TV. Miz does not find that funny. Ray says he didn't come back to be on a dusty talk show. He came back to compete. He challenges Miz to a match. Miz says no one wants to see them fight. And then he attacks Ray, lays the boots to Ray, And then Ray fights him off and runs. So, of course, we're back from commercial. There is a match. Ray sends Miz to the mat. He heads up top and follows with a seated senton, then a head kick. Enziguri follows, but Miz cuts him off with a neck breaker for a 2 count. Then Big Boot follows, and Miz covers for another 2 count. Ray battles back. It's a 619, and then there's a splash to finish the Miz off. So therefore, Ray wins. I believe Ray advanced in the World Cup, or was this just a match? I don't know. It doesn't matter. We'll find out whenever we get to Saudi Arabia. Next, Naomi, the Bay, and
Yes.
Asuka, the other Bay, versus Mandy Rose.
Future SmackDown Women's Tag Team Champions.
If we
Mm-hmm.
ever get them, they will be champions. They really ought to be the inaugural champion, if we're being honest.
Just saying, the glow is real with both of them. I mean, they got the
Mhm.
Yep.
hair, the colors,
The
they,
entrance, they fly, they like each other, they get along.
they got chemistry in the ring.
She knows
Asuka
about the
fixed Naomi's
bundle.
tracks.
She
Yeah.
knows about the
Well, y'all
bundle.
know Asuka owned a hair salon in Japan before she came to WWE.
You know,
Did
I can
she?
see that. I can
I
Yeah,
can
see
see it.
that.
That's why her hair color is so popping all the time. Like it
yeah.
never
She,
Cause
fades.
she's not she's not trusting all these stranger danger people to do it.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, she was a cosmetologist before in Japan.
See, if she was smart, she would have a side business. Be like, oh, you need highlight.
hmm
Oh, you
She
want
was
go
she
blonde.
she owned a salon, and she was I think she was like making developing apps too, or doing like something with apps before she became a wrestler.
Oh,
But
Oscar got money.
hmm
I see it. Oscar got money. She doing this because she loves to, not because she got to. That's
yep.
good. Okay, the double iconics arrive and talk about evolution. They plan to win the battle royal. Nobody has told them that they can't win the battle royal, but that's fine.
I mean, they're all
La, you
so
know,
they
what
talked
are
about
rules?
the
What
Australians earlier. So yeah.
what are rules? You know, that's why they're over on that island. Anywho, though, Lana arrives and then Carmella arrives to do moonwalking. She says no one wants to hear talking. They want a dance break. You get a dance break, and out of nowhere, Zelina Vega arrives, and we end up with a massive brawl with eliminations to hype the battle royal. If you remember, this was not a battle royal match, so it doesn't mean
Speaking of
anything.
Selena Vega, where's Andrade almost been?
Probably being a snack. He's probably injured, and
It's
they just
so
ain't told
funny.
nobody.
Where's the snack? I'm asking about him because sis is hungry. Like, where's he at? And by sis, I just need, where is he? Like,
You're right. He hasn't been around. Maybe they just don't know what to do with him.
They
Typ-
don't, which
typical.
is a
You know,
shame because he's
you
so
know it's
good.
difficult. It's difficult for them. They don't know what to do. They easily could have put him in the World Cup, but
But
logic.
that would be too much like right. So why would they
What
do
are
that?
you gonna do? Anyway, Asuka lays out Vega to stand tall. The match that was announced never happened. Shane is back. You're
Who?
welcome, Nori.
Yay.
He
Oh,
puts
Shane.
over Evolution, then he talks about Crown Jewel and the World Cup, America's Cup, to determine the best in the world slash North America. Actually, just the United States of. They chant.
Because Kevin Owens ain't in it, Sami Zayn ain't in it.
They don't even got the good Canadians. That's
Nope.
awful. Anyway, they chant for CM Punk and Shane because he's good at this, as he's not in the tournament. He thinks someone from SmackDown will win and sends up to our main. I don't know what that means. I have no idea what the purpose of Shane being there was, but Shane is there, and that's all you need to worry about.
Somebody said it was because the show is taking place in Saudi Arabia and they couldn't have a woman announcing or setting up matches because they can't use that footage in Saudi Arabia
See,
if it's Paige setting up the matches.
why WWE don't need to be over there because how you gonna have women's evolution, but you going to a country that oppresses women? Like seriously?
Yep. Because they got into some hot shit earlier this year when they showed a commercial that accidentally had a Carmella in it and she was in her gear and stuff and they were not happy about her being a part of that commercial. So somebody was like,
Why
that's
can't they
probably
just go
why. Like,
edit? That's so weird. Like, I understand
yeah.
that, like, there are modesty rules, like when they went over, where's the Dubai or wherever, where the women
Yeah.
had to be covered
In
a
full
certain
body, yeah,
way.
full body coverage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is like, but okay. But like, you gotta hide the women, like just straight up
Yeah.
and down. You can't see. That's weird.
Which means you're
Yeah.
basically isolating or Xing out half of your fan base.
Yep.
Right. That's so. Oh
Which is
well.
another reason why I will not be watching Crown Jewel. I ain't even gonna watch it on demand.
Well,
Yeah. I canceled my subscription.
well, I never
Ooh, a
had
lot of
one.
people were canceling
Shout
subscriptions.
out to the chairman.
I'm considering canceling
I
mine.
hope he didn't take a stand and cancel his. I guess I should ask him.
I hope he don't because I already use his cable. I might need to use his WWE subscription eventually.
Listen, it's great. Oh, speaking of, I was watching Netflix when I got my hair done.
Oh, because you use mine, right?
I do use yours.
You see, the WrassleCast is a group of people who just share. Clearly,
Sharing is caring.
share a lot. Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring. So I was like, oh, I need to start back because I was actually watching it at the hair shop, and then I was like, I have Netflix, I can watch this.
A lot
So
of things are my mom was like, "Who's Dee Dee?" And I was like, "Oh,"
I,
because you know how you can set up a profile. Because my mom has one,
yeah.
has one, me, and then Dee Dee. She's like, "Jade, who's Dee Dee?" I'm like, "Ma, you met her the one we went to the NXT takeover." She's like, "Oh, okay, yeah."
Yeah, girl, I see all of y'all, and I was like, "Who's?" I want to click on y'all's profile so bad just to see what y'all watching.
Mine was all like horror movies and documentaries.
I can't watch horror movies, not by myself anyway.
And my mom, she
Mm-mm.
loves Criminal Minds and like Hallmark Channel type movies.
Oh
So
hell no, I ain't into that romantical bullshit.
Mm-mm.
But you know what I do like? Hallmark mysteries,
Mm.
yeah,
because they're
she
like,
like anything on Hallmark Channel she loves,
because
especially when they
Hallmark mysteries aren't really scary.
Christmas Eve, like 3 months.
Hallmark mysteries are like Murder She Wrote, but 2 hours long.
Yeah.
It's nice. Anyway, I'm sorry.
But the rest of
WW,
it, we are communal.
we're a big ass family. We are a family. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, so I'm sorry. I just didn't want to talk about the main event. It was Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton. You understand? I know you do. Things happen. RKO is set up, but then it's countered into a backslide for two. Jeff goes for something, and then Randy counters into the RKO and actually wins. That's that. Nobody cares.
He missed the
Bye.
one-time bomb.
I mean, yeah, other things happen, but all you need to know is Jeff didn't win. It's
So
fine.
sad.
And that's the thought on that.
How do we feel about NXT? Are we watching? Are we there?
Yeah, because we got Ciampa, heel life forever.
He's just so handsome.
Undisputed. How can you not watch NXT? I mean, you got
Takeover was so
Era,
amazing.
you got some of the
Alistair
best.
Black is amazing.
Aleister Black.
Shawn Michaels' baby boy is amazing.
I thought
Tyler
he was.
Bate is amazing. Hmm?
Who was the one? I thought Aleister Black got hurt.
He's back
He's
though.
back. Oh,
He's
he's back.
back, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a whole storyline about who's the one who took his ass out.
Right, but I didn't know he was back. See, I missed the last few,
All right,
but
well let me get through it very quickly because it was only an hour because NXT knows how to do things
yeah,
correctly.
in 1 hour they do so much more to advance the storyline than Raw does in 3 hours.
Sips
Shade,
tea.
shade.
Okay, so the Undisputed Era arrives. Oh. Cole says Bobby Fish is back and they are now 100%, which is a warning for the NXT locker room. The War Raiders found out last night, and they will make short work of anyone, and people will fear them. Adam Cole, baby, says they are NXT. He wants his property back from Ricochet. EC3 and his fur coat interrupt. I didn't write that, but that's funny. And says that Cole doesn't deserve a rematch against Ricochet. EC3 says he's the top 1%, and Adam Cole, baby, challenges him to a match. So, match happens right now. EC3 has a German suplex and then the sit out power bomb for two. Undisputed Era distracts. Distracts. EC3.
Drink.
There you go. Cole hits a super kick, but EC3 kills Cole with a lariat. He fights off Undisputed Era and cradles Cole for the surprise win. Shook. Post match, Undisputed Era kicks the shit out of EC3. That is his phrase this week, on the stage and destroys his knee with a chair shot. Um, Somewhere in the back, crazy Nikki Cross warns Regal security he's coming. Ooh. Next, Mia Yim, the biracial butterfly icon, versus Aaliyah. Mia lays in strikes, kicks, and then a running boot. The cannonball connects, and Mia hits her finisher, the soul, get it? Seoul, food, to get the win. I have to tell you, I really do enjoy like wordplay and Asian things.
Hmm.
Like, so soul food does something for me. The other thing, like, like Thai places, so they'll be like Typhoon, Thai,
Yeah. Did they spell it right this time?
Titanic.
Because they misspelled soul on the Mae Young Classic last week.
Well, Don's notes is correct. I don't know
Okay.
what NXT did though,
Okay.
but my producer knows what he's doing. Next, Bianca's yelling at William Regal, wanting a title shot, and
Right.
dispute.
You go for what you need and what you want.
Listen,
I like
closed mouths don't get fed.
he is a volunteer that I hey, go Vols all day.
And Disputed Era arrives and tells Regal to get his shit together. All these curse words.
Hey, William Regal finna get fired. Like, what is really going
Like
on?
everybody like going on him like what you need to do. Anyway, the War Raiders are back next week and they will face Fish and Co. Fish is Bobby Fish. I don't understand why his name is Fish. I feel like his name should be Fisher. But none of my business. There's a package for Lacey Evans. Then there's a video package for Kyrie Sane versus Shayna Baszler's Evolution match. The next match is Cassius Ono versus Justin Xavier. Ono slams Xavier down and hits a running leg drop. Then Ono yells to Regal. Why do they keep yelling at William Regal? That this wasn't what he asked for. Xavier fires back. Ono hits the running kick and a senton. Then the ripcord rolling elbow finishes Xavier. Um, yeah. Then there's a Matt Riddle video package. His debut is next week. And then William Regal has a big announcement. Maybe that's why they've been yelling on him all hour. He is out to announce Takeover War Games. Oh, the main event. The main event of Takeover War Games. I'm sorry, English. Champa, the
Heal
Bay,
life, heal life.
interacts, hugging his championship. William Regal is not pleased. Champa tells Regal to wipe the smug look off of his face and says, "Don't stare at the championship." Then Velveteen Dream arrives, noting that the headliner is here. He wants to give the fans an experience and wants Regal to say his name.
Say my
Then,
name, say my name.
there you go. Then Lars Sullivan arrives. That's the one who did the thing with yeah,
The thing with the thing.
the thing with the thing for the
Okay.
things.
For the thing. Okay, got it, got it. At the thing, right?
At the
Okay.
thing. Yes.
You
Listen,
got to
if
get the
y'all
who, what, where, when, and why.
yeah,
So yeah,
listen, if y'all don't know what the thing that he did with the thing for the
at the
thing at the
thing.
thing,
Then you don't
you
watch
can
NXT.
and you could Google it. You could check Twitter for it. I don't really want to get into it because it's a little nasty.
Yeah.
Anyway, he claims that they are in Lars Sullivan territory. He's NXT's worst nightmare, and the title belongs to him. Dream tells him to put on pants when talking to him. He said, "Don't be coming around in your goddamn speedo." Anyway, Lars Goozles him. I don't.
Guzzles.
It looks like Goozles, but I don't know what that means. And Nikki
Hmm.
arrives as we see Alistair Black beating up the security guards. Alistair heads to the ring and lays out Lars as Ciampa runs. He asks Regal, "Where is he?" When Johnny Gargano arrives and lays Alistair Black out with a super kick. And Gargano says, "I'm right here." And the show ends. So that can only mean that Johnny Gargano was the one who beat
Uh-oh.
Alistair's ass in that parking lot that night.
Hmm.
Mm.
Ooh. Is Johnny Gargano turning into a Champa type heel? Is he gonna join his bestie
Johnny
on the dark
Gargano,
side?
heal life.
Is he
I
gonna join his
likes
friends
it.
on the dark side?
Might as well.
Might as well. Might as well.
Minus Quail. I feel like the dark side is the correct side. I mean, maybe it's just because of my skin color, but that's where I'm at with it. Well, that's all we have for official reviews. The mixed match championship happens, but do we care?
I don't even know who's still in it at this point.
Well, here's the thing. It's not elimination anymore. It's
Oh,
more
it's not.
Everybody's still
like
in it.
it's like standing. So like Ember Moon and Braun Strowman are 2-0. Mickey James and Bobby Lashley are 2-0. Bailey and Finn are 2-1. Foxy and Jinder are 0-2. Natty Bo and Bobby Roode are 0-3.
Wait, is
On the
Ember and Brian now? Oh, because Alexa was
Yeah,
hurt,
because
right?
Alexa's gone.
Yeah.
Yep. Now on the SmackDown side, Asuka and Miz are 3-0. Charlotte and AJ are 2-0. Naomi and Jimmy are 1-2. Carmella
That's
and our Truth
bullshit.
are 0-2. And Lana and Rusev are also 0-2.
Carmella and R-Truth don't have to win because they do great
They're
things
already
together.
over. Yeah, they're already
Yeah,
over.
they're just there to be fun. So like I don't really know like how it's supposed to end. Like is it I don't really know how the tournament works because I don't do sports. But that's that. NXT UK had some results. I don't know if we care. I kind of care.
I will say Lucha Underground had some new results because we have a new Gift of the Gods champion.
Lit. Okay, I'll just tell you what happened. Like Ligero, I
Okay.
could be saying it wrong, pinned Wild Boar Mike Hitchman with a springboard tornado DDT. And then Dakota Kai, our bae, defeated Killer Kelly with a sunset flip inverted backstabber. And then Zach Gibson had an in-ring segment. It was wonderful. And then Ashton Smith beat Tucker with the Ash Cloud. Ah, get it, Ash Cloud. And then Tyler Bate beat Wolfgang with the Tyler Driver 97. Jesus, this child is. He was born in 97. That's disgusting. But
She's
yeah,
80, 21.
that's
That's
gross.
NXT UK, right?
Yep.
So I have a quick update. So apparently Melissa Santos dropped that baby, right? Because
Yeah, yeah,
she's
she
back,
did.
right? Right.
Mm-hmm.
So Gift of the Gods Championship this week. Well, it was King Cuerno versus Big Bad Steve versus Hernandez. So many new names that I don't know. Versus Aerostar versus PJ Black with his fine self. Versus Jake Strong versus Dante Fox, aka AR Fox. And basically, in a nutshell, this whole thing went the entire hour of Lucha Underground. It was elimination. It was an
Wow.
elimination match. First elimination was Hernandez. The next one was PJ Black. Next was Big Bad Steve. Aerostar, and then King Cuerno, Dante Fox, and finally Jake Strong is the new Gift of the Gods championship. After a short celebration, he attacked Dante Fox and snapped his ankle, quote
Mm,
unquote.
mm,
Yeah, and then off in the distance, Johnny Mundo, our boy, because he's never far behind. He's always lurking somewhere in the distance, is shadow boxing to prepare. So I guess he's going after the championship next. So yeah, Aerostar comes out, says that no training can prepare him for Matanza Cueto. So apparently Matanza's still a thing.
mm.
And Mundo says that he hurt his friends, his wife, he ruined his wedding because you know him and Ty is all married now, and
Mm-hmm.
you know the first couple of wrestling or something. I don't know. Um, and I don't know where Aerostar was getting all this energy, considering he just got his ass whooped in the Gift of the Gods championship. But basically was telling Johnny Mundo, you know, I got your back, man. Mundo's like, nah, I'm cool. Drago comes out with the gauntlet glove that Cage used to wear. But I guess, you know, he's a dad now, so he can't really wear it anymore. And Mundo's like, nah, I'm good, I'm good, B. But then, but then he grasped the power of the gauntlet and he missed it. It makes him feel like a god. So then Drago asked Aerostar if what they did was a good idea. And Aerostar responds and saying only time will tell. So I guess we'll find out next week what's gonna happen. Stay tuned, same bat channel, same Lucha place. Ultimate Lucha Quattro is next week. So
Hey.
hey, you know, if people want to break from Vince McMahon and his bullshit, there is always Lucha Underground and Impact
And it only takes an hour for Lucha
and an
Underground.
hour and so much story progression
So much happens. So
and New
much is
Japan
built on the
Pro.
thing that happened before. Yeah,
Isn't New Japan only an hour on TV? Don would know.
that's a good question. I
I
certainly
usually
don't
only
know.
catch it when it's on the most random of nights. It's usually like 2 o'clock in the morning on like a Tuesday night, and I'm like, oh, New Japan Pro's on. I don't know what they're saying, but I'm gonna watch it.
I must say, for me, wrestling is so much better with commentary.
It
Yeah.
is.
Like, even if it's a language I don't understand, because sometimes Spanish commentary is flames, and I don't know Spanish.
That's
But
why I
I,
love watching Lucha Libre. I have no clue what they're saying when I watch it, but it's always on point. So I'm like, oh,
but
I can dig this.
I've been to three live shows now, and I can say undoubtedly it's better with commentary.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
if I
you
could
don't
be
like
in
the
the
drunk
live.
commentary from the guys behind you?
When I tell you, the guy beside me had commentary the whole of SmackDown
That's the
2000.
worst.
And I was
That's the
like,
worst.
but it wasn't even like running commentary to a friend. He was filming himself give the commentary. And I was like,
Well, what
what?
about the guys at
I,
NXT that were behind you at Takeover?
they were fun. They were great. Oh, the guy in front of me who was like CTE, CTE. He was great. He was great. But it was
It's
like
funny.
the one with the running commentary who literally filmed himself for 3 hours straight. I was like, I don't know what you're doing because you don't seem like you have a blog
Did
or.
he look like he was coming out of his mama's basement just for one night only?
Mm, yeah.
Hmm.
No, you know who looked like he came out his mama's basement? The other guy beside me, who did not say a damn word the whole time, didn't smile, didn't cheer.
Those
He
people
went.
always weird me out when you go
He
to like
went.
live things and they
I
just sit
thought he
there
was
and
about
don't
to
move.
blow us up. No joke.
He
He went
might
and
have.
got nachos, and then he left and got nachos again. That was the only time he seemed happy, and his whole and he did all that before 9, like before 9 o'clock. I was like, what the hell is wrong with this
Who? What was
boy?
the dark match main event for SmackDown this week?
Well, when I went, it was Becky versus Charlotte.
Oh,
I don't
okay,
know
for
what it
the
was.
women's championship that
For the
we
women's
knew.
championship.
Yeah.
Listen, like I told Don, if anybody would lose it on a dark match, it
It's
would be
Becky.
Becky. So I was like, let me not feel so. Because I was tempted to leave. I was like, I got to get home. I would like to leave. But I was like, let me stay just in case. Because shit be happening.
And it didn't.
But no, she won. Okay, so listen. We normally play a game. We're tired. So
I
I'm
gotta
only
catch a flight in 4 hours.
So, Jesus, that's terrible. So we're gonna just play a mini game. We are going to make the women's Mount Rushmore. You cannot use China because Mount
Okay.
Rushmore has 4 people and there
She's
are 3 of us. So we're
she's
already gonna put her there.
already.
She's our George Washington. She's
Okay.
number one.
Okay.
So we'll go. We're not gonna go in alphabetical order because then I would be first. So let's go in reverse alphabetical order. V, who are you putting on our collective ladies Mount Rushmore?
So we get
So
three choices,
I only
right?
get to pick. I get three, or I get
One.
one.
You get
One.
one. It's
I can't
our.
pick
It's
China.
no. She's already there.
I'm gonna go with Lita.
Okay.
My person.
Okay.
I got somebody else. It can be
Jade.
in past or present, right? Because she took
Oh,
lead.
it can be whomsoever you want. It don't even have to be WWE. It can be whoever you want.
Tessa Blanchard.
Really?
Hmm.
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 Any woman that fights men too. Actually, no, I need to take that back. Taya.
That's tired. Okay. Um, I was about to be real funny and put Eva Marie.
D.
I feel like John would have respected that choice.
You know what?
There's
Um,
somebody that's
Yeah.
pissed that she's not at Evolution, and I'm like, why? She doesn't wrestle. Why would she
She
be
does.
there?
She can
I
barely.
mean,
I mean, have
why
y'all seen
not?
Baywatch? I mean, I didn't
Bay,
see it, but I heard it was awful.
really?
Yeah.
All right,
She's
I'm
gonna do it. It was
going
terrible.
for
But
the
go.
last part of my Mount Rushmore. I'm going to ooh. Ooh. I'm gonna put Oscar.
That's a good one.
I'm gonna put Oscar because I feel like our Mount Rushmore should be international.
I
It's
was gonna say that. I was like, I hope somebody picks somebody from like Japan or something.
Yeah.
So good.
So yeah, I have Asuka. So that is our 2018 version of the Ladies Mount Rushmore. Maybe things will change next year, maybe not. With that being said, I feel like we've said all that we can say
Mhm.
about the goings on of this week. So if you're ready, please give your shout outs. Either one can start.
I don't have any shout outs because I shout out the same people all the time. So, hey, thanks
Same here.
Dee Dee for having me. Yeah. Oh, and thank you
Same here.
because I don't want Sam to be tweeting me telling me, "Oh, you forgot it." My bad, Sam. It wasn't on purpose. Um, so yeah, thanks to the WrassleCast peeps.
All right. And so V, nobody in
Um,
particular?
I don't really have anybody, I guess. I'll shout out Carl Anderson's abs
Okay.
and
Okay.
I'll shout out we gotta give a shout out to Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
And that's it. Cause I wanna go to
Okay.
bed.
Fair. I understand. I saw where you were going with this. I was like, let me try to wrap this up. I will give a shout out to you. Thank you for hanging with us when you have a flight in 4 hours, because I know that shit is not sweet.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you.
All
Shout out.
her handle is what sleep.
Yeah, exactly. That's why
What?
my
Well,
handle
that's true
is
too.
what sleep though.
You better stick to your brands. All right.
I will.
Shout out to Jade. Shout out to Don and the producers booth. Shout out to Greg and Sam. Happy anniversary, boys. Shout out to Classic. Shout out to Mel because Mel still always gets shout outs. I'm gonna leave it right
And shout
there.
out to the future ladies, the Glow outing next year, wherever we go.
Yeah. I wanna go next year, so tell me so I can go.
Yes,
We're
because
going to Canada.
we're going to Canada.
Oh, are we?
Yeah,
We
Which
get
part
into
of
the cold
Canada?
leave.
because isn't that SummerSlam? SummerSlam's in Canada, right? And so we're gonna go to Takeover in Canada. This is what I was
Okay.
told by AppleCare. I didn't make this up.
By Apple Care.
That's not like I didn't. It looks like I didn't come up with it. Like in case you got a whole bunch of questions about the details, just know it didn't come from me.
The
It's
Glow.
in Toronto next year.
But I
Yeah,
mean,
they're Canada.
if you can't get across the border, we can always come up with a different
No, I
trip.
got a passport.
Are
I'm
there? I was
good.
gonna say, are there any ladies of the Glow cast that can't leave the country? And I don't.
Listen, things
They don't
happen.
I mean, because I don't mean because they don't have a passport. I mean because like
No,
they
I know what you mean. And SummerSlam is a few months away. Anything could happen.
like can y'all leave the state or
Yeah,
Yes,
maybe
that's
we need
true.
to centralize it, like Chicago,
I mean
Yeah.
Detroit.
we always I just got the email the other day about the WWE holiday tour coming to Chicago again, and I'm just like, well, I'm really ain't gonna be there,
Oh.
so why am I going? Like my mom is always talking about Roman Reigns. Isn't that the one that always gets beat up? So
Mama got jokes.
she always got jokes. Every time I take her, that's the one that always get beat up. So I text her like, Ma, Roman Reigns got cancer. He's got to take off work. She's like, oh man. I was like, yeah, that's the one you always talking about get beat up. She's like, oh, that is so sad. I'm like,
All right.
But yeah.
So for Jade and for V and for Donna in the production booth, I am Dee Janae, and this is the fourth anniversary,
sleep.
episode 208 of the WrassleCast. Night, everybody.
Good
Yay. Good
night.
night.